Hey guys, so in this video I want to do a comparison of different audio cables and see if I can hear a difference or if you guys can hear a difference. I thought it would be interesting to compare because this is a topic that's very hotly debated in the audiophile circles, is whether or not cables actually make an audible difference. And yeah, it's especially, I think, relevant because the cable industry is one where you can see cables that are obviously cheap, right? The ones you buy on Amazon are super cheap, but they can go up all the way to the thousands of dollars, which is crazy, right? You wouldn't think that there's a difference between them because they're just cables. They're just supposed to carry audio signals. That's all they're supposed to do. But you do see a lot of cable companies out there that many people call snake oil companies that are selling these magical cables to people that cost thousands of dollars. So I was like, okay, let's see if there's any, even like a fraction or a little bit of truth in what they claim, which, yeah, to many people, like, I think this is a very divisive and hotly debated topic because there's the half of the internet that think that cables make no difference, no measurable difference. These are the audio science review folks that just say, oh, it's all snake oil, don't believe them. That's the company's bullshitting. They're trying to make money off of consumers. It's a high profit margin item. And then the stereophile and all these other audio magazines, they jump in the boat with the other side, basically. So the other half of the internet believes that they do make a difference, and that's the audio gun discussion forums and stereophile readers and like that type of group that actually think that they make a difference, because you look at the audio reviews and they actually make all these stunning, exaggerated hyperbole about all these cables, like changing their perspective, on how sound's supposed to be. They change their perspective on life, these magical cables opened up the sound stage and everything. They make all these sorts of exaggerated claims. So I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle between these two. So it's like, do cables have any effect at all, or do cables make a gigantic effect? It's like somewhere in between these two extremes, right? Because you have these two groups of people on the internet. One of them said that cables make no difference at all. They're all snake oil and BS. The other group says that cables magically change their lives. It's got to be somewhere in between, right? That's what I think anyway. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to do this video to see if there is a noticeable sound difference to my ears. I can just A/B test them actually in this video, since yeah, I'm just going to use some speaker cables and then some interconnect cables to see whether or not we hear a difference between cheaper cables and more expensive cables. For my amplifier, I'm using a Yamaha WXA50. So this is a pretty neutral amplifier, I would say. So that way you're not hearing any kind of coloring from the amplifier itself, because I think this one's pretty neutral. And for my speakers, I'm using Monitor Audio Bronze 50s. These are not expensive speakers. They're just around $500. So I would say these are probably entry-level speakers-ish. And I know 500 might seem a lot to some of you people, but they actually are entry-level speakers. Like Monitor Audio's and other speaker brands, they make much more higher-end speakers. So these are actually entry-level speakers for them. So yeah, I figured I'm going to do this test with fairly entry-level equipment to see if cables do make a difference here. I know a lot of people online say that you have to have high-end equipment for the cables to make a difference. Well, then that's for the high-end folks. They got money. I'm not a high-end person because I don't spend. I mean, I spend a lot on audio equipment, but I don't spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So, anyways, I'm just going to see if cables make a difference, given the fact that I have entry-level equipment, because that's the equipment that most people are going to use, right? So do cables make a sound difference for most people, right? I'm not talking about the guys with $100,000 setups here. So yeah, the Yamaha WXA50 streaming amplifier. This is like a $500 amplifier. It's pretty cheap. And $500 bookshelf speakers, okay? Monitor Audio Bronze 50s. These are entry level too. Then for the cables, a few different types of cables here. So these are called interconnect cables because they connect the source device with, in this case, the amplifier. So this is RCA to 3.5 millimeter, completely analog. I'm not going to test any digital cables in this video, just analog cables. I know with digital cables is another big discussion as well, like, ooh, USB cables, do they make a difference in sound? And optical cables, Ethernet cables, HDMI cables, do they make a difference in sound? I'm just going to be testing the analog cables in this video. I can do the digital ones another day. But yeah, I have a RCA to 3.5 millimeter. This is an interconnect cable. This is from Amazon Basics. It cost about $7 US, I would say. So this is one I'm testing out, and the comparison is going to be to the more expensive Audioquest Evergreen. So this is the Audioquest Evergreen. Same thing, RCA to 3.5 millimeter. This is more expensive. It's by Audioquest, which is an established cable brand that makes many different cables, you know, from cheaper ones all the way to the high end. You know, they make cables costing tens of thousands of dollars, which is nuts. But this is one of their cheaper offerings, and it's about 75 bucks US. So still pretty expensive to me for a cable, but it's one of Audioquest's cheaper offerings, believe it or not. So yeah, $7 Amazon Basics RCA to 3.5 millimeter versus the Audioquest Evergreen RCA to 3.5 millimeter, which costs 75 bucks. We'll see if that makes a difference. So yeah, let's. My source device is going to be a Hibi RS6 DAP. So this is a digital audio player. Has a pretty good DAC inside of it. It's a RHR DAC actually, which is a kind of an in-house DAC, but this is a $1,000 digital audio player. So just want to make sure that the improvement in sound is not going to be coming from like anything other than the cables, because the only thing I'm going to be changing is the cables. All my other devices are going to be roughly the same. So yeah, that's what we're going to be testing out first, and then I'll also be doing the speaker cables as well. So I think, yeah, let's use these first. So these are Mica copper cables, which I got from Amazon. Yeah, they're just copper cables. I got these for about 25 bucks. They're not the cheapest copper cables actually. You can get much cheaper ones on Amazon, like Amazon Basics copper cables. But I'm gonna go with the Mica copper cables because these are already pretty decent. 25 bucks. So they're like not the cheapest copper cables, but definitely not expensive either. Like I would say definitely more on the affordable end of cables. So I got these that I got from Amazon. I think that's just what they're called. They're just called the Mica copper. Not sure if they have any company name associated with them. Maybe not. Yeah, I think these are just called Mica copper cables. And then I'll be comparing them to the Kimber Kable 8VS. So these are more expensive speaker cables. Yeah, you can tell these ones are more substantial, thicker cables, and it's by a company called Kimber Kable, American cable company as well. And they also, just like Audioquest, they make some pretty expensive cables as well. So I'll be comparing these two. The Kimber cables, this 8VS cable cost about 200 bucks US. Okay, so $200 for the Kimber cables and about 25 bucks for the Mica copper. And then for the interconnects, yeah, Amazon Basics 7 bucks versus Audioquest Evergreen 75 bucks. So at first, I think I'm going to be testing just the interconnects first. So let's just use the cheapest cable, okay? So I don't want the sound of high-end cables influencing the test. So I'm just going to be using the cheaper ones as the control, basically. Okay, also give you guys some specs about the Audioquest cable here before I start the test. Okay, the Audioquest RCA Evergreen cable. So first of all, the Amazon Basics one, there's nothing special about this one, no special materials or whatever. The Evergreen one, so this one, it uses solid long-grain copper conductors, foamed polyethylene insulation, preserves dynamic contrast, and a metal layer noise dissipation efficiently dissipates high-frequency noise for cleaner music. And then there's a list of technologies that you use. Solid conductors prevent strand interaction. High purity long grain copper minimize distortion caused by grain boundaries, whatever that means. Metal layer noise dissipation. Metal layer noise dissipation shields noise more effectively, absorbing and reflecting most RFI before it reaches the ground layer. Foamed polyethylene insulation. High air content minimizes energy absorption for clearer sound. Direction controlled for RF noise directional. Okay. That's another thing that is very controversial, is that Audioquest believes that cables are directional. A lot of people don't. Anyways, yeah, that's the technology. Audioquest always advertises their technology. Of course, they got to sell this cable, right? That's the technology inside of this one. And then, of course, Amazon Basics doesn't have any particular interesting technology. It's just a pretty basic RCA to 3.5 millimeter. All right, so let's start the test here. By the way, same volume level, same tracks. Everything exactly the same except for the cable. That's the only thing I'll be changing, okay? Yeah. 난 좀 너를
두드리고 있어 반짝이는 수면 위를 매일 잔잔하게 일렁이는 사이 알 수 있는 너를 가만 보면 깊은 그 눈빛이 궁금해지면 괜히 거친 바람처럼 너를 헤집어 알아 하루 종일 넌 미쳐 빠짐없이 내 어떤 날씨까지 Make it get 하려고 웃는 너는 So tell me what you wanna do boy 너만 닿을수록 thirsty 분명 가득한 듯 thirsty Yeah I got you boy sipping all night dipping all night 옅은 소면보다 훨씬 짙은 너의 맘 끝까지 알고 싶어 just sipping all night dipping all night 맘이 커질수록 thirsty 난 또 너를 두드리고 있어 반짝이는 수면 위를 매일 잔잔하게 일렁이는 사이 알 수 있는 너를 가만 보면 깊은 그 눈빛이 궁금해지면 괜히 거친 바람처럼 너를 헤집어 알아 하루 종일 넌 미쳐 빠짐없이 내 어떤 날씨까지 Make it get 하려고 웃는 너는 So tell me what you wanna do boy 너만 닿을수록 thirsty 분명 가득한 듯 thirsty Yeah I got you boy sipping all night dipping all night 옅은 소면보다 훨씬 짙은 너의 맘 끝까지 알고 싶어 just sipping all night dipping all night 맘이 커질수록 thirsty
Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe I could see another side. There, ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. You didn't run, you didn't lie, you knew I wanna hold you. And had you gone, you knew in time we'd meet again before I told you. Ooh, you were ready to be near me. Ooh, I really want for you to hear me say we'll be together every day. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road.
Alright, so yeah, that was the two interconnect cables, the Amazon Basics versus the Audioquest Evergreen. I don't know what you guys think, but I think there actually was a difference. It's not a big difference, but I do think the soundstage and the bass was a bit more tighter with the Audioquest. This is what I noticed. Like with the yeah, the Amazon Basics one, I noticed the bass was like a little bit bloated. I don't know if you guys noticed that or can tell that from the video, but yeah, the bass was a bit bloated with the Amazon Basics cable, and then Audioquest cable, it seemed like the bass was a little bit more leaner and tighter, and the imaging was also a little bit more separated with the Audioquest. But I don't know if that's just my brain believing it or not, if that's a placebo effect or whatever, but I think there was a difference. Not a huge one, but there was, in my opinion. I don't know, it's up to you guys to decide on that. So actually, I'm just going to keep using the Amazon Basics cable, because this will be my control interconnect from now on. I'm just going to be swapping the speaker cables now. So yeah, keep using the Amazon Basics cable, because this is the cheapest component. And then we'll be comparing now the, we'll be comparing the Mika copper cable. And yeah, I don't know if this has a brand name or not. It's just called Mika. Maybe that is the brand name, actually, the Mika. Yeah, so I'll be comparing these. The Mika cable is a 14 gauge pure copper speaker wire. And here's a little bit more details on the specs of this cable. 14 gauge speaker wire with 245 strands per conductor. It's pure copper. It doesn't say what percentage though, because these days you see like cable companies say like 99.999 blah 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 percentage. Gold plated 4mm banana plugs, hand assembled using solder joints and heat shrink tubing, which apparently this construction method results in the best possible audio signal transfer. So the way that you solder the joints apparently matters too. Ultra slim connector, which it is. It's a very small connector. Actually, since you guys, yeah, you'll be hearing that. So yeah, so this is a pretty slim banana plug connector here actually. Dual layer jacket design with a firm inner jacket for wire stability and a supple outer jacket for protection against vibration. Okay, so anyways, like I said, these are not the cheapest cables. They're 25 bucks, which is relatively cheap compared to the Kimber cable, but yeah, there's cheaper cables out there, like Amazon Basics, for example. Those cables like 10 bucks. You can get Amazon Basics speaker cables for 10 bucks, but this is actually an upgrade for me to the Mika copper cables. Okay. Then I'll show you guys the specs of the Kimber cable. So, okay, yeah, this is the Kimber Kable 8VS. Like I said, this is a $200 cable. 16 strands of 19.5 AWG oxygen-free copper, and an aggregate combination of 8 19.5 AWG strands, polyethylene dielectric, low series induction design. So yeah, so it says polyethylene dielectric, 16 wire counter post helix, strand copper conductors, and nitrogen assisted hand solder termination. Anyways, a lot of buzzwords there, which audio cable companies tend to put all these crazy scientific sounding terms and stuff, or these cool sounding terms. Maybe it's to fool the public, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, check out the Kimber Kable 8VS. Okay, so I just tried it with the Amazon Basics interconnect, but let me try it with the Kimber cable and also using the Audioquest to see if there's a difference now. Yeah, so let's do all the comparisons together. Okay, we'll do one with Mika Copper and Amazon Basics, and then we'll do Kimber Kable and Amazon Basics, and then we'll finish it off with the Audioquest cable and Kimber Kable. So yeah, so there we got all the different permutations, I guess, covered. Yeah, let's check it out.
난 좀 너를 두드리고 있어 반짝이는 술면 위를 매일 잔잔하게 일렁이는 사이 날 알 수 있는 너를 보면 깊은 그 눈빛이 궁금해지면 괜히 거친 바람처럼 너를 헤집어 알아 하루 종일 넌 비춰 빠짐없이 내 난 또 너를 두드리고 있어. 반짝이는 수면 위를 매일 잔잔하게 일렁이는 사이. 알 수 없는 너를 가만 보면 깊은 그 눈빛이 궁금해지면 괜히 거친 바람처럼 나 너를 헤집어. 알아 하루 종일 넌 미쳐 빠짐없이 내 어떤 날씨까지 Make it get 하려고 웃는 너는 So tell me what you wanna do boy. 너만 닿을수록 thirsty 분명 가득한 듯 thirsty. Yeah I got you boy. Sipping all night Dipping all night. 얕은 수면보다 훨씬 짙은 너의 맘 끝까지 알고 싶어 just sipping all night Dipping all night. 맘이 커질수록 thirsty. Yeah. 난 또 너를 두드리고 있어. 반짝이는 수면 위를 매일 잔잔하게 일렁이는 사이. 알 수 없는 너를 가만 보면 깊은 그 눈빛이 궁금해지면 괜히 거친 바람처럼 나 너를 헤집어. 알아 하루 종일 넌 미쳐 빠짐없이 내 어떤 날씨까지 Make it get 하려고 웃는 너는 So tell me what you wanna do boy. 너만 닿을수록 thirsty 분명 가득한 듯 thirsty. Yeah I got you boy. Sipping all night Dipping all night. 얕은 수면보다 훨씬 짙은 너의 맘 끝까지 알고 싶어 just sipping all night Dipping all night. 맘이 커질수록 thirsty.
Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe I could see another side. There, ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. You didn't run, you didn't lie. You knew I wanna hold you. And had you gone, you knew in time we'd meet again before I told you. Ooh, you were ready to be near me. Ooh, I really want for you to hear me say we'll be together every day. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe I could see another side. There, ooh, and then I suddenly see you, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Didn't run, didn't lie. You knew I wanna hold you. And had you gone, you knew in time we'd meet again before I told you. Ooh, you were ready to be near me. Ooh, I really want for you to hear me say we'll be together every day. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe
Thank